This panel will be in English because we have our honored guest, Mr. Pekka Lindroos from Finland. Then we have Mr. Michal Skořepa, economist of Česká, spořitelna, and Mrs. Milena Jabůrková from our industry and trade organization, and the head of AI in our industry, I can say. Let me start this economic panel, or let's say economic policy panel, with the simple question to our guest: what is going on in Finland? Well, you have the great strategy. The European Commission quoted you in their initiative. So, what are you doing there in the north?
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. It would be my pleasure to be very original, but since I didn't follow too well what the previous session said, I have to be cooperative. I agree with everything. But I hope nevertheless that I can give you some inspiration or some idea. But it is of course a complicated cultural system that we are dealing here with, and I cannot give you one answer to this and then you will be like us or something more preferable. We are far from the perfect model, but I would like to first say that for us it is important not to concentrate on one technology carrier or driver alone. I have my ideas that the previous panelists also spoke a bit about this, but this is how we see the value creation environment. And AI is one carrier of the change. But we have 5G, which is very important in Finland because of Nokia manufacturing, and we have blockchain emerging. And we have the wild cards, and we should not concentrate on one strand of technology alone. And I think that this is a message from me to you, but also from us to the European Commission. It is important to provide a clear-cut communication on artificial intelligence, but we would need to put it into context, and we would not only need to put it into context of the regulatory framework, but we would need to also to see to it that the innovation policy supports the adoption of the technology, and this is important. We have for a number of years now in Finland been trying to drive a demand-driven innovation policy, that is, that we don't push the technology, but we try to create the conditions for the uptake of the new technologies, and this is important. We should see to it that we don't only have the innovative platforms, but we have user platforms, and we have a broad spectrum of ways to go about it. Probably why you have your conception of where Finland stands. We have seen, I think, the potential, and this is supported by some study by McKinsey. It is going to be a rather decisive thing how we manage with AI and the supporting technologies with regard to the wealth of the citizens. But we like to see the upside, the bright side of it. GDP can grow until 2030 or employment can grow by 5% if we play our cards well. And I think that this is possible for every country. You should try to make the best of it. And there is no room for a plan B where you would somehow eliminate yourself from the global change or downplay it or so. You should really go for the opportunity. And this is also where we, from the civil service side, try to push the government. This is also why we have a government's AI strategy preparation ongoing, and we are lucky to have the former CEO of Nokia mobile phones chair that work, so that it is a PPP, public-private partnership-driven effort. this is where Accenture put us with regard to the potential. But as you can see, that all nations in Europe have this great potential, and then the question is how you convert this potential into a reality, how you go about it and make use of the opportunity. I think that the opportunity will only be there, will be fully used if you have an enterprise-driven ecosystem development effort. The government can support it, but the government cannot run the show, despite the fact that many of the sectors that we have identified as most promising ones, such as health or transport, are heavily government-dominated. But we should create room for experimentation and the private sector-driven change and transition there. And we should not overestimate the role that the government can and should play. The government should make the experimentation, the transition, as easy as possible. And this, of course, has, as transitions or structural changes always do, does have some social impact as well. We should also see to it that we in Europe manage the global fight right. I think that there is a strong indication, and I think that the Commissioner made some reference to the point that companies like Facebook is facing that it needs to redesign its approach with regard to privacy and certain other value aspects, where Europe is traditionally strong. We don't know how China's impact will play out. I spoke with the Commissioner about it a bit. China is becoming a big player in this field, but we should emerge here in Europe to show the way with our regulatory approach. And so that I'm not forgetting, we are going to organize an EU forum at ministerial level next October in Helsinki, together with the European Commission. Welcome there. And also I would like to revert back to where I started. With regard to the technology push or the supply side, the Parliament has issued a report in Finland, 100 new opportunities to promote the radical technologies, and quite evidently AI is one of the technologies, but not the only driver that gives us promise, and we should really take a holistic picture so that we can combine these technologies and make the markets adapt to technologies at world pace. Mr. Chairman, yes. Do you think that I have said something already?
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to monopolize.
I have one question for you. You said that as a Finnish presidency of the Council, you will push this AI initiative in the EU. If I understand correct. Well, I would like to ask about the priorities, because the European Commission said that we need dedicated retraining schemes. We need to address labor market changes. We need to have business education partnerships, etc., etc., etc. But what are the specific priorities you will have for Europe as the president, as the presidency of the Council?
Okay, the Council presidency is still some time off. It's in the second half of next year. But we will look into the way that Europe will be able to maintain a location where value can be created with terms of trade policy. We are quite concerned about the potential of a trade war between the continents and so on. So we try to combine trade policy and the digital agenda, the digital single market, into a package that would interplay in a proper way. We also see that there is a huge endeavor with regard to creating the capital market union, which is a main driver. Also, where else would the investment come if we are to match China's $150 billion invested in AI. We have to make the European capital markets more conducive of the investment into this experimental AI development.
Thank you. You also mentioned the impacts, and I would like to ask our guests about their opinion on economic and socio-economic impacts. Well, but first, let me excuse Mr. David Marek, because, well, unexpectedly he wasn't able to make it today. So it's up to me to, let's say, sum up his work, unfortunately. If I may ask for the slides, it's Alt and Stop. Alt. Oh. Yes, should be that. No, okay, doesn't matter. The Deloitte took the original model, the phrase model from 2013, and well, they use it for let's say recalculation based on data for Czech economy, and it's quite interesting. The results are very, very surprising. For instance, there are like 2 million jobs in danger, but predominantly in services and in administration, not in the industry. The industry is in second place, and well, then the other economic sectors. And my question to my guest is from the Czech Republic is, well, what should we have in our national strategy to anticipate these impacts on the Czech economy? And well, what can the government do with the AI evolution, and what shall be the changes in social policy, etc., etc.? Well, Michal, if you can start.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me. I think this whole issue of artificial intelligence and let's say robotization, automation more generally is very important and very interesting and can have many different implications in many areas. So I came up with this fairly messy picture. I hope it's not too late today for it, and I will try to guide you through it. And the point of the whole of the picture, the whole point is actually to pin down what Mr. Chairman just was talking about. That is to pin down the choices that public policy here in this country or in any country in general is facing and can do in order to make the whole process smoother rather than more complicated. So I think the starting point is what we usually read in newspapers and here in the media and in the pubs and so on, which is the fact that there's automation coming. There's the box in the middle up there. Automation is coming for those tasks which are automatable. By the way, of course, there are many things which are not automatable easily. Just a quick aside, at this moment, for example, there is literature which shows that actually the weight or the volume of jobs which are automatable, which are routinized and can be replaced by machines is actually higher in rich countries, which to me at first was sort of a puzzle. But the explanation, there might be many of them, but one of the strong explanations is that the weight of agriculture is much higher in poor countries. And agriculture as a whole, as an industry, is an example of industry where automation will not be that easy, because there are many tasks, it looks like, which are hard to automate. Okay, so automation is here, is coming, and it will take jobs from us. So there's the black box up there in the right upper corner. that there will be net fall in the number of jobs. There will be some new jobs, obviously, somebody will have to repair the robots and so on and so on, but all in all, the net result might be a fall in the number of jobs. That's the end of the story in the popular area, and people are afraid. So my reaction, my effort here in this picture is to point out that actually there are certain implications which we have to go through, and maybe at the end it will turn out that things need not be that bad, especially if public policy in this country will go the right way, will take the right turns in at each point where there are some decisions to be made. So first of all, the first starting point is the second line, that the cost of production of those automatable items which can be produced with more automates than before, will fall. So the companies will save money. By replacing people with machines, companies will save money. So they will earn more money. At the end of the day, they will be richer. The companies, the profit will go up. And there is the first juncture concerning competition, because the crucial question is what happens if there is a certain amount of companies which all of a sudden earn much more money than they used to earn before, and then all the other companies in the economy are earning. What if there is a industry in this country which all of a sudden earns more than anybody else? Well, depending on the level of competition, we have two possibilities. If competition is low for some reason, if, for example, those industries are protected against entry of new competitors, which is the right-hand possibility, low competition for some reason, then the profits really stay in that industry. And if they stay there, there is a new distinction, again, for public policy in the area of taxes. Either the government decides to leave the money in the companies, do whatever we want to do with those high profits. For some reason, we don't want to really interfere with this. Or the government takes this money to some extent from those companies via higher taxes. That's, I guess you recognize the suggestions to introduce a tax on robots. That's one possibility to go. To say, okay, you are much richer because you now use robots rather than people. We take this money from you because you don't deserve it, because the tax income of the budget, of the state budget is lower now and so on. So we take this new amount of money and we do something with it, what we think is appropriate. So that's the uppermost possibility, that this new amount of money, this spending power, goes to the hands of government. If taxes go up, if taxes stay the same, in that case the money stays in the companies, and that means that it goes into the hands of owners of the capital in those companies, because there are more or less no more employees, and so the owners of the capital are richer. If I go back upwards and I now focus on the possibility where competition is high, which I think tends to be or will be the baseline rather than exception, then I think the major effect will be that prices of those things which are now, whose production is now automatized, will go down. They will be cheaper. So whatever now is produced with people and will be produced with machines in the future, those things should get less expensive for all of us, for households. And that means that the spending power created by the replacement of people by machines will go into the hands of all of us. We will now have more room in our budget. Let's say cars. Cars now, there are still some people back in Milena producing Skodas. Maybe one day it will be, the whole thing will be robotized. The price of cars should go down significantly. And that means that all of us who buy cars, we will have more money for other things. For things which are not automatized in the production, or for completely new things, and especially probably for new services, I guess. So there's the third basic option, where this new amount of money brought by automation, where it can go. And again, there is another decision-making point depending on whether, the state of the Czech economy. If the Czech economy is run in such a way that the the new demand from households, either from households or from the owners of the capital, if the domestic supply is able actually to meet that new demand from these people, then actually everything will be fine, the economy will stay in equilibrium. If let's say I take the middle option, that is that the money stays with owners of the capital, this is a specific group of people, right, owners of the companies, and they will have specific demands. So for example, maybe the number of gardeners will be much higher than before, because these people have big houses and big gardens, and they need people to take care of that. So obviously, depending on where exactly this saving, the new amount of money, will end up, the domestic economy will have to supply a different structure of new items, new goods and services. But if we are able, if we are flexible enough as an economy to really come forward, to really meet this demand, then actually the net fall in number of jobs up there need not be the case, and actually people will simply do different things. They will earn money from maybe new people for new tasks, but the employment will be there. The worst case is if we are actually not able as an economy to supply those items which are now demanded by the government, by owners of capital, or by households, and then this new saving, this new amount of money brought about by automation will leave. That's what I think many of you probably heard the boss of trade unions saying a few, I guess, days or maybe weeks ago, that actually, yes, there will be savings, but they will go away from this economy, because these newly rich people, the owners of those companies full of robots, they will buy things elsewhere rather than here in this country. They will put their money somewhere else. So that depends crucially on again on how this economy is working. So from this very simplistic and trivial, I would say, analysis of the basic scenarios, I think there are three homeworks implied for Czech public policy. The first homework concerns competition. We should keep regulation of markets at the appropriate level. We should avoid monopolies. We should avoid all sorts of favors to specific types of companies, let's say. That's the first level. The second level, the homework, is appropriate tax policy. Do we really want government to spend this new money, the new savings? Is it a good solution? If we fail at the competition level, is it better to take the money from the companies, or is it better to leave that company to leave the money in those companies in the hands of owners of capital? Who is the better spender for us as a voter, let's say? Is it better if I see that the government now has much more money, or is it better if I see that the capitalists have more money than they used to have before? So that's the second homework. What exactly is the efficient or the optimal setup in terms of tax policy? And the third level, obviously, is that the schooling and retraining system in this country should be run well, and if it's well working, then this economy should be able, to a large extent, to meet the demand of whoever gets the money, and actually no strong disequilibrium should arise. If we fail in one of these, then we get implications that I guess are clear from this picture. So that's my reply to your question, Alex.
Thank you. And well, we had the word industry for many times. So what is the word from the industry?
For me, it is very difficult to concentrate this debate on the Czech Republic only, because when we debate new technologies, they are based on access to data and how we work with data. And then I think that we have to look at it in a broader context, the EU. That's why we so much welcome the EU communication on AI and the initiative, and we think it's excellent. And you know, in the context only of the Czech Republic, there would be no sense to speak about AI or blockchain or quantum computing, just because we need big data, big territory, and you said also, you mentioned trade policy. It's also very important because this competition is not only European, it's global. And we need flow of data, of course we need some security, but we need flow of data from and to the European Union. So these are very important things. I don't think that we will face big disappearance of jobs, and that of course some jobs will diminish, but many other jobs will be created, and history, if we look at the history, no technology, in the mid-term and long-term led to extinction of vast number of jobs. But we saw that many jobs were created. But if you ask me, will the jobs change? I will say yes, 100%. And that's why I would agree with you that education is crucial, but we will not be able to work within current educational system, European system. It must be radically changed, and also we have to retrain people who are in the working process now.
Well, I can just add that in the worst scenario by Deloitte, they counted that if we wouldn't change anything in education, the unemployment rate in 10 years would be like 16 or 18%. So there's various. Now we have literally no unemployment. So it is quite important. But you mentioned the competition on the global level. Unfortunately, only 4% of global data is being stored in the European Union right now. Well, yes, we do have GDPR now, but and this number comes from the EU, by the way. And I want to ask if there is, in your opinion, any chance for Europe to be the real global competitor with China, with the United States in the AI race?
May I go first? Yeah. Yes, we think in Finland that data is the new oil. The allegory is not maybe the perfect one, but this is a new driver of economic development. But I would like to add that it is not only the knowledge that you learn in the education system, and it's not only the data that you store somewhere, but it is what use you make of that data. And this is why I would like to underline the need for innovation, an innovation policy and an innovation economy, innovation-driven economy, so that the skills and the data are put into use, and the innovation tries to find new ways to make use and earn money and wealth in new areas. The world is not going to be like it used to be, maybe unfortunately. And while I have the mic, can I just comment briefly to this picture? This is very common to talk about the customer-driven economy, but I think that you share a bit of the fate that Finland has, which is that 77% of our exports go to the world market, to industrial buyers. It is going to change gradually, but still we are heavily dominated by the engineering industry that is delivering machinery and technology to industrial buyers, and I think that you have a similar economic structure. I think one of the front runners in this respect, and we should really think about what is going to happen within the B2B markets, and not only concentrate on consumer protection issues.
I think that yes, Europe has potential to be leader. There is a very important area which is also highlighted in the communication, and it's ethics. And I think that's could be the differentiation, that could be our added value. Of course, here in this country, to be a la mode is to be politically incorrect. So I will use, you've heard it already, Adela, what my grandmother said, but it must be done, it must not be done with Austro-Hungarian organizational talent and Prussian charm, which means overly bureaucratic and no sexy. So that's how Europe must keep it, keep its line to do things easy and have not only the communication, but look at how, but create the environment, as you said. So if I will be very practical, we have to look on e-privacy and its impact on AI, OTTs, and communication. We don't have any impact assessment there. So if we want to be serious to create business-to-business environment, we have to have e-privacy solved and we have to know what is going to do. Similarly with GDPR, we have to see if it impedes AI, where what we can do with it to keep the protection of the persons, but enable the development of technologies. So, but the focus on ethics is very important because this will determine how AI adoption will be successful and how we will be all content or happy by using it. And I'm glad that I'm in Europe, in the European Union, and not in China in this respect.
Well, we will be hearing about law and ethics in a couple of minutes, but I have one question which is especially pressing for me, and it's the question for economists. Well, is it possible? Is it impossible to count all the jobs that will change? Are those models reliable, at least in just a few %, or is it just guessing? Please be honest. Is it really possible to count the real and to model the real impact on the economy of the AI revolution?
Well, if you take a look at the literature devoted to these shifts from people to machines, you will see that even within the last, let's say, 4 or 5 years, there have been several papers coming with very different numbers. And actually, the first very, I would say, important and very famous study came in 2013, which came with those numbers in tens of % for different countries, very, very alarming outcomes. And then the next studies from OECD, there's actually one which emerged just 1 or 2 months ago, OECD study, which works with more detailed data, and which, because the original study was working with jobs, at the level of jobs.
It changes in jobs.
And the new literature tries to go deeper into the structure of jobs and actually cuts each job into several tasks. And some of those tasks, let's say a given job contains 20 tasks, and some of those can be automatized and some of them cannot be. And so going down deeper into the structure allows you to be more precise, and the numbers went down quite substantially in terms of the risks of how many jobs will disappear or will change fundamentally. So it's obvious, I guess, that the literature is still fairly new and is still at the stage of really looking for some kind of bulletproof methodology to come up with numbers that we can believe into. So I guess it's too soon to say, but I would say, for example, judging from this very recent OECD paper, that it gives me some confidence that we are now looking at numbers which can be taken as a sort of relevant figures, and which are much lower than the original ones. So the alarm, I think, should not be as strong as it was a few years ago.
from part of employers, as we are looking forward to AI and robotics, because today we have 200,000, more than 200,000 unfilled positions, and this OECD study also says that in 15 years, 400,000 people will disappear from the labor market due to aging, and our friends in trade unions now propose to decrease working time. So we have serious problems really to fill the jobs, to work to deliver what we promised to deliver. So the aging of population, we don't want any foreigners here. So AI will come.
Well, to conclude, I have one simple question for all of you. If you should one advice to Czech government or European Union to change one specific economic policy, just one, what is the most important economic policy you would advise to change on national or European level right now? Well, just a simple question and simple task for our government, please.
Make restructuring easier.
I guess that was like 20 answers. I think, at least speaking of this economy, I think the state of the schooling system is really, I don't know if it's an economic policy, but I think it's the hurdle number one for success of this economy. The wages of teachers and the contents of what they teach.
I would tell them, have a vision and take AI seriously, like in Finland, at the political level, and do something with that. And that's the most important thing, because we don't have that yet.
Vision is not a policy, actually.
Yeah, but for me, it's much more important, because we've heard about V4, about papers, but this is only at civil servant levels, who are effective, competent, but there is no interest yet at the political level here, and this is the main obstacle.
Well, I started this wonderful afternoon quoting the need for leadership. Maybe just a really last question. Do you have the political leadership in Finland in the area of AI? I guess you do, according to your plan and to your presentation. I can say, but who is the political leader in Finland? Who's responsible for Finland being successful in the AI age?
The correct answer is that the next government and the ones coming after it. But at this moment we have, of course, as Prime Minister, Mr. Sipilä, who was an entrepreneur in digital manufacturing and successfully sold his company to American buyers. Examples account for a lot. I come from the Ministry of Economy that is responsible for innovation, among other things, and I think that it is important in the government to have somebody who speaks up for the renewal and tries to facilitate the renewal, make it easier. Reskill people, but also see the society see the need to transform. You cannot hide. There is no plan B for digitalization or globalization.
Thank you. I guess we can also look for a businessman in politics in Czech Republic. Well, thanks a lot. Unfortunately, we have to open the floor for lawyers. Or fortunately, no kidding. Thank you very much. Thanks to our guests. Thanks to all our guests, and thank you all for this panel.